Hey, beautiful souls. I'm Aurora Light, and every month I do this thing where I connect in with the energy of the month ahead in a way that is feeling into the frequencies that are coming in for both myself and the clients I work with, the people that resonate with my soul energy. So this is very specifically for the group of people who are here to anchor in the highest frequencies of light as the planet is elevating its vibrational frequency. So I want you to feel into your body and just feel if this is going to be a yes, that's me, or if it doesn't resonate. That's perfectly fine, because this message is definitely not for everybody. So take from it what resonates and allow the rest to fall away. So I want to say that I also have been following and feeling some of my other beautiful friends and mentors, energy intuitives, and what they feel coming. And I run that through the truth barometer of what resonates through me, and then I share my interpretations of that with you. So April 2021 is going to be an intense month for everybody, but in a variety of different ways, and the level of intensity is going to be based upon your level of being able to face your own shit and how well you can let the things go that you don't need to hold on to, how bravely you can face and feel all of the old hurts and woundings that maybe you have not faced yet, or that you need to come through from a different level, and allow it to be without judgment and letting it go. So some of the themes that are coming through are the words that came through are dissolve, perceptions, presence, choices, and pretending. So I'll dive into these further, but I really would love, if you haven't already, you should go and watch the video by Jason Estes, which you can find under MTVO, or Masters of the Void organization. And it's the one talking about the upcoming storm. And if you listen to this, the rest of what I say is going to make more sense. And that's, again, only if you are called intuitively and energetically to dive deeper into this. But it's really interesting because my March energy interpretation was like, we are in an ocean and all of these waves are going in different directions. And that is exactly how I felt through March. But the storm coming is going to be energetically taking us to a place, according to Jason, that's a tangent reality. But as we move through this, we're going to be having the things that don't need to be here because they no longer serve us. They get to fall away. It gets to be swept away by the high winds. And so this is the feeling of dissolving that I have been feeling into for April for some time. And it's actually been happening for this past 2 years, really. And now it's like pieces of us, fragments of us that weren't really us, that have been programmed onto us from our past experiences, from our parents, from our teachers, from the media, from the collective consciousness, from our epigenetics. They have been stuck into us, and this is an amazing opportunity to allow the winds of this energetic storm to let things wash away, and for the rain to let it dissolve. So I just keep seeing and feeling this storm as something that is actually really exciting. First of all, I love a good storm, like a thunderstorm with the bolts of lightning and the smell in the air. Like, as long as you're not outside in it or like unwillingly, it's the most beautiful thing. It refreshes the energy because all of that dust, that dirt, that dankness, the heaviness that is in the air before a big storm just gets washed away. And afterwards, it feels so good, so fresh, like it is my favorite thing. I grew up in Saskatchewan, and we would just sit on our back porch and watch the thunderstorms roll across the sky. And we could choose to be scared and, be like, oh my God, thunder, lightning, it's very, very frightening. Or, this was me as a child, I realized I could choose to be energized, to be excited, to be in awe of the power of nature and what was happening. And I've always carried that with me. And April does bring up these choice moments, these choice points. How are you going to choose to perceive everything that's happening? Are you going to make things that are happening in the outer world, in outer circumstances, about you? Or are you going to allow them to be? Are you going to allow other people's interpretations of things be yours? Are you going to choose to take the high road or the low road? Are you going to choose to hang on with all of your might to everything that you have been and have done? Or are you going to choose to let the things that you're done with to go so you can step into this new expression of what is possible, right? When you start to understand that you have a choice, everything becomes an opportunity, right? If you don't know you have a choice, then do you really? No. If we are walking around unconscious to the world and the fact that we are conscious creators and we can choose not only how we perceive things, but how we react and respond to things and all of that. Once we understand we have a choice and we have free agency, we step back into our power. And then if you're choosing to go into the things that are not going to serve you, that's great, that's fine. You're making that choice consciously. So that's what I'm asking for this month as a tool for all of us, is to remember that we actually do have a choice, right? And if you feel like you don't, if you're spinning in that, we have to, we get to, see what I did there? I chose to speak into it in a different way. I stopped myself and then I reframed it. We get to take a moment to come back to our center, calm our nervous system, take a breath, right? And slow down so we can let those things that aren't us dissolve out of the field, out of our presence, and be who we really are in that moment. And it might seem difficult when everything is swirling and storming and there's chaos and blah, right? So you need to get to. I don't want to say you need to do this. I'm saying this is, if you want to navigate this with the most grace and ease, this is what I'm going to highly suggest. The choice point, the coming back into self and the calming the nervous system, because in a calm nervous system, in a calm body that is aligned, body, mind, and soul, however you get there, your perception is very different than when you're spinning in the storm. And perception is going to be really important. Your perceptions are based upon that nervous system. Are you calm or are you in like fight and flight and right? You will perceive things completely differently. The lens through which you look at the world is based upon your beliefs and how safe you feel in your body and what you believe to be true. So when you remember that you are a sovereign being who has a choice and you come into presence, the other theme, coming into that presence will allow you to stay aligned, to be steadier throughout the storm, and to see it as something perhaps not negative, but really exciting and amazing for us. An opportunity for us to let go of all of that stuff and let it dissolve, the things that are not true, the things that are unreal, the things that have been but no longer need to be in our field, in our bodies, all of that. The other theme that came up was pretending. So all that stuff that we are pretending to be, or pretending not to be, pretending not to notice, pretending to, in any way, not be ourselves, that gets to dissolve too. Because really, 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 pretending is not going to get us very far, and it's not going to get us where we are going. So I am gifted enough to be able to see and feel the future of the planet very clearly. And while it does seem like chaos right now, and there's so much crap we're going through, energetically, the other side of it is beauty beyond measure. It is this expression of unity is a great word to put it, but not homogeneity. It's this understanding of the connectedness of everything and the celebration of all of the unique facets of the oneness expressing itself. And the feeling on the planet in a few years, even in 6 months, is going to be completely different than it is right now. And what I feel, and again, if you listen to Jason's video on the storm coming, you will hear him describe more greatly, in more great detail, that energy is on the other side of this storm, right? When we dissolve what is untrue, the inverted matrix that we've been playing in, that's topsy-turvy, where everything is valued basically the opposite of how it should be, right? This game we've been playing for a very long time. And we're moving into what he would call true reality. And what I feel like is coming home to a greater understanding of ourselves and who we are as multidimensional beings who are here as fractals of, the infinite, expressing, creating, here to play, here to grow, here to learn, here to connect. More and more people are coming into this understanding of themselves. And so everything that has not been true about how alone we are, how isolated we are, how we need to just be eking out survival, all of that, all of those untruths get to dissolve. All of the pretending that we've been doing in so many ways gets to dissolve. And again, we're shifting our perception through coming into presence, through the choices that we make in each moment. And if you get swept up in the chaos, that's okay. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. That is part of the journey. There will always be other people who are able to hold the presence for the field. There are enough of us right now that are doing this, that are doing the work, that are anchoring in the light, that you don't have to worry if you forget, if you need to rest, if you are swept away in the storm. All of that is perfectly fine. It's divine. It's gonna be all good. But if you are able to take those moments to get back into your presence, aligned body, mind, and soul, connecting in with higher self, connecting in with all the support seen and unseen, then you'll be able to navigate this in a way that's actually probably going to be kind of fun. So, being the example of what is possible by standing in your truth, by connecting in with your beingness, is the greatest gift you can give to yourself. So I may have shared this before, but this bears repeating. Here is my key when I'm like, I don't know what to do next. I'm spinning. Take a really deep breath. And I ask myself, what is the most loving thing I could do for myself in this moment? And then I do that thing. So for me, honestly, the answer is typically have some water. Like, hydrate. I got myself a new water bottle with a straw because I'm like, okay, we get to hydrate more than ever with electrolytes. Don't just do the water, electrolytes, all of that. Nourish yourself because there's a lot of light coming in and it's just going to be necessary to allow us to function properly. But so often when I say, what is the most loving thing I can do for myself? Water. You can infuse your intention into your water. You can write on your water bottle, get some sticky tape, masking tape, painter's tape, and put words of intention around there, light language symbols, like anything that you need to feel like you're ingesting, to feel that calm presence, to remember that we can allow, without trying to hang on, things to dissolve. And then we can, instead of pretend, we can again come into that full presence of what is true. So after you ask yourself, what's the most loving thing? And you're just not sure, you're still a bit spinny, ask it again and do the thing. Then ask it again, do that thing again. Keep asking until you feel back in your body, in your power, aligned, and just know we're going to get through this together. It's going to be so much fun if we allow it to be. If we hold the perception of, I don't have to be afraid of the storm. I can just witness the miraculous expanse of energy around me and enjoy what you can. Love yourself through it all, and just know that I love you. I'm sending you so much love, and I cannot wait to talk to you again soon. So, have a beautiful April. Be kind to yourself, be kind to everyone else, and remember to come back into that presence through your choice. All my love.